We are back, YouTube. For anyone who's returning, thank you, and for everyone who's new, welcome. I'm Mitch, and this is Retro Rummage. I'm the gamer channel buying games, DVDs, Blu-rays, any electrical items I get my hands on at car boot sales, Facebook Marketplace or charity shops for a cheap price. So I'm getting traded into CX at a high price so I can build my own gaming collection. So yeah, back with something a little bit more different today. I set myself a goal at the beginning of the year to try and complete one game per month, because although I am a massive video game collector, I am just a casual gamer. I do struggle to find time in between editing and obviously my real personal life to play games, and I set myself this target and I have failed by one, although this is the beginning of December, so I do have some time to complete that, but to complete the task if I'm able to get it done before December. But I thought I'd edit this before I'd done that and keep the fingers crossed that I'd do it. But yeah, basically I thought I would just go over the games that I've completed in 2024. This will be, you know, like I'm saying, there's only 11 games here. I was that one game short. Compared to some of you guys who, I think I watch, well obviously I watch Wayne's World of Gaming. I'm sure I follow him on Instagram or when he puts it on YouTube, and I'm sure he said like something like he's completed 60 games this year or something like that, and it puts me to shame. I need to make more of an effort to put the time in and complete these games, because I do really enjoy it. It's just I find it very, very difficult to find the time. I mean, you let me know in the comments if you know, if you're the same, if you just, you know, find it very easy to jump on the computer. I think my problem is, more than anything, is that I can find time to get on the computer, but yeah, I struggle to find the time. Well, I struggle to stay on the computer for like more than like 1 or 2 hours. That's my problem. But got some really good games here. What we'll do is I'll flip the camera and we'll do them from like the bird's eye view. I'll go over, you know, my thoughts on those games, and maybe even do like top 3 or top 5 or something like that. And then what I'll also do, I've got a few games here that I'm hoping to look to complete at the beginning of next year. Like, these are my gaming goals, should we say. Obviously, you know, the backlog is never ending, or someone said don't call it a backlog, just call it the library. So the library is never ending. There's always going to be games that I want to play and complete. But yeah, I'll go over the first couple that I'm hoping to get done for next year as well. So yeah, let's flip the cameras and I'll go over these games. Right, so let's get stuck into this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this in chronological order of how I completed it, in which order I completed them. I've kind of tried to do that, but it may have got mixed up at some point moving them around. But yes, I believe this was the first game that I completed, and that is Silent Hill 2. Obviously, the hype of Silent Hill 2 remake or remaster being released took hold. I've never actually completed this one before, and you know, if I'm being 100% with you, I did start playing this the end of, I believe, 2022. So it kind of fell over in January 2023, and it kind of fell over into January of 2024. But yeah, that is Silent Hill 2. I think, if I'm being honest, actually, I've got this copied down, but I actually completed the director's cut version. I'm not 100% sure in what the differences are. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure in what the differences are. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Took me about, I think, like 10 to 12 hours, something like that. You know, with all PlayStation 2 games, you know, they're not the longest of games, especially compared to like some of these PlayStation 5 games that I played. But really enjoyed this. A couple of the puzzles, very difficult. Had to look on the guide for a lot of it. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how people completed these back in the day. Maybe I'm just an absolute idiot. But you know, I'm 36 now. And I struggled with the puzzles. Like, well, I couldn't do them. I had to look on the guide. So, you know, imagine you're 16 in 2002 whenever this got released. If you're able to complete these without the guide, fair play to you. But yeah, like I was saying, the hype of the remake and everything, that that really wanted me to complete this, just so I'm able to compare it to the remake once it come out. And spoiler alert, this will lead us on to games that I want to complete in 2025. But yeah, really happy to cross that one off the list. And then I think this may have been the second game that I completed, and that is God of War. Have completed this before, I believe, but yeah, really enjoyed it. I mean, in my opinion, this was like peak PlayStation 2. You know, when you look at the graphics and stuff like that, like some of the stuff that, you know, you do in the game, kind of looking back and playing it now, I'm thinking, cool. It's quite impressive that the PlayStation 2 was able to do that. You know, some of the, you know, the map being open, not open, but you know what I mean. You can go around everywhere. Some of the bosses, you know, the mechanics and the puzzles and stuff like that. You do really forget how much of a bigger jump it was from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2. In my opinion, in terms of graphics and playability and everything, I don't think there's been a jump as big as that. You know, in any console since or before. But let me know in the comments if you disagree. But yeah, brilliant game. Yeah, really enjoyed it. If you haven't played God of War, especially on the PlayStation 2, or you know, the remastered ones, or not remastered, the HD versions on the PlayStation 3, definitely recommend it. And I'll touch back on these on this game a little bit later in this video. And yeah, and you'll see as to why. But yeah, really enjoyed that. And then unfortunately, this is the only PlayStation 1 game on the list, and I'm a bit annoyed with myself at that, because you know, I absolutely love the PlayStation 1, but I've got my PlayStation 5 this year, and a lot of the games that I've completed are on the PlayStation 5. So next year I'm going to set myself a goal to try and complete a few more PlayStation 1 games, because I do really enjoy it. But yeah, this is Dino Crisis. Never completed this before as a kid, but wow, what a game. It really holds up today. I think, you let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, but I really think that PlayStation 1 had the monopoly, or still has the monopoly, on survival horror games. You know, with the atmosphere, yeah, I don't know, everything about it for that console was right. Yeah, I just really enjoy playing through these survival horror games on the PlayStation 1. I think next year I'm definitely going to try. Well, actually, I'll save that. I'll save that for in a bit. But yeah, really enjoyed this. If you haven't played it, it's not a long playthrough. I think it was like 4 or 5 hours, something like that. I was able to get through it in like an evening and a day, something like that. But yeah, really enjoyed it. And then yes, the first ever PlayStation 3 game that I completed, I believe, and that is The Last of Us Part 2. Probably the best game on the PlayStation 3. Again, let me know in the comments if you disagree, but I absolutely love this game. I think, how long did it take me to play through? I think it was maybe like 13 or 14 hours, something like that. Again, I'm terrible with these open world games. You know, I've got to search all of the cupboards. I've got to look for all of the comics and stuff like that. Not that I found them all, but I still give it a good go. But yeah, really enjoyed this. This is my kind of game, you know. Sit back, chill, open world, looking through cupboards, looking for collectibles, what's the word? Modifying your weapons. Yeah, just really enjoyed it. And I watched the TV series first, and then decided to play through this. And I wish that I'd done it the other way around, but yeah, it's just absolutely brilliant. You know, no wonder it won so many awards, and obviously it has been turned into a TV program, because it's just absolutely brilliant. If you haven't played it, please do. I haven't played the remastered version on the PlayStation 5 yet. I don't know if it's worth doing. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, really enjoyed that game. And then yes, the only Game Boy game that I completed. Done this on holiday. Where did I go? Went to Spain for 2 weeks to stay in my aunt's villa. So with all holidays, got a lot of time to sit around the pool, chilling, not doing much, and yeah, got time to play my Game Boy. Pokemon Crystal, it's not a game that I'd played before. I think this is borderline where I can go with my nostalgia for Game Boy, for Pokemon. I did go on holiday again later on in the year to Turkey, and I took Pokemon Ruby with me. And I'll be honest with you, I just couldn't get into it. I think, you know, this was the good blend of the original 151 Pokemon and some new ones thrown into it. Whereas when I was playing it with the on the Ruby, it was just all new Pokemon, and I just couldn't get into it. But this one I enjoyed. And that's another thing as well. So when I say that I've completed these games, I don't mean that I've 100%ed them, you know, on the new games, that I've got all of the trophies and stuff like that. I mean that I've completed the main storyline. Obviously, I haven't caught all of the Pokemon in Pokemon Crystal. You know, I've just done all of the badges and beaten the Elite Four, you know, in this. And it's the same with these games. I've only completed the main storyline. But yeah, I was able to get through this. I'm not sure how many hours it took me, maybe like 20, 25 hours, something like that on holiday. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Whether or not I'll complete past this one, I don't know. I'll probably give Emerald a go, I'll probably give Emerald a go, just to see if that's any better than Ruby and Sapphire. But yeah, still really enjoyed that one. And then, yeah, following on from a game I just mentioned there, Last of Us Part 2 remastered on the PlayStation 5. Once again, I thought it was brilliant. I completed this before reading anything online about it. I know a few people had the hump with the storyline. I mean, I don't want to do any spoilers in case you haven't played this game already. But, you know, what happened at the beginning of it, although, you know, I didn't want it to happen, I didn't think it took anything away from the storyline. I still really enjoyed it. People said it went a bit woke, but, you know, maybe I'm just getting used to it now. And, you know, I obviously noticed it, but it didn't bother me as much as it might have bothered other people. But don't get me wrong, you know, when it's forced in some other TV programs, I do think, come on, or you know, video games and stuff like that, I do think, you know, come on, there's no need for it. But I don't feel like it was forced in this one. But the storyline's still really, really good. I'm happy to complete this before the second series comes out, because I'll be interested to see how they do it. But yeah, I think this took me 26 hours, something like that, to play through. Did take me a good few weeks to get through it, but yeah, really, really enjoyed it. If you haven't played it and you've played the first one, you've got to. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Yeah, just a spoiler, I think all of the next games are all on the PlayStation 5, so not much retro after this. And the next one though is Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut. Actually managed to find this out in the wild, paid a tenner for it at the time. Still think CEX is selling it for like 40 to £50, something like that. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I said I was going to rank these, but for me, this has been my favourite game of the year so far, if I'm being 100 with you. Visually, could be the best game that I've ever played. The storyline is amazing. You know, the playability after you've completed the main storyline, side quests, weapon upgrades, you know, secret bosses, all of that good stuff. Yeah, really, really good. There is a sequel coming out to this, which is called The Ghost of, I can't remember what it's called, it's Ghost of like Tio or something like that. People are a little bit annoyed that it's you're now playing a female character as well. I think that's just sign of the times and whatnot in the sequel. So looking forward to that as well. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this. I've recommended it to a few people. If you like Red Dead Redemption, stuff like that, it's basically, you know, a Japanese version of that. You're a samurai on a horse, riding around, liberating towns and villages and stuff like that. Really, really good. And then yes, God of War Ragnarok on the PlayStation 5. Never played God of War on the PlayStation 4. Jumped straight in with this. People said you didn't need to. There is like a catchback of what happened in the in the PlayStation 4 version on this as well. So, you know, in terms of storyline, so you can watch that on this as well. I'll be honest with you, it was slow, and at points it was hard getting through this. I think it took me, this is probably the longest one it took me to complete. I think it was like 30 to 33 hours, something like that, to get through the main storyline. Yeah, just like in comparison to, you know, the original God of Wars, this is like a true hack and slash in the sense. This is kind of like a open world hack and slash, and I just felt like at times there was, you know, bits in where, you know, don't get me wrong, I love a storyline based game, but there was stuff where, you know, you'd spend 15-20 minutes doing absolutely nothing just for a small part of the story, and it was slow at points, in my opinion. Wasn't as good as I was hoping. That's, yeah, if I'm being 100% with you. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. God of War 1 and 2, in my opinion, are better games than God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree or you disagree. But still, you know, still played through it, still enjoyed it. It just weren't as good as I thought it was going to be. And then I've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on the PlayStation 5. I absolutely love Star Wars. Big part of my childhood. My mum took me to the cinema to see all of the prequels that I really, really enjoy. I know people, you know, slander them. I went to the cinema, unfortunately, to see all of the new ones, and I do try and watch all of the new stuff on Disney Plus, but you know, I feel like Star Wars has fallen on hard times in terms of storyline and stuff like that. But this was good. I enjoyed it. It was shorter than I thought it would be. I think it only took me like 12 to 13 hours to complete. I think I'd played through like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, all on the PlayStation 5, which took like 30 hours, you know, around the 30-hour mark to complete. So when this only took me like 12 to 13 hours, I was a bit surprised. The puzzle side of it and everything is really good. The only thing that I wish is my dream is to just play a Star Wars game where you are going ham with a lightsaber 99% of the time through the game. And I'm yet to find one of that. The fighting and everything, and you know, upgrading your lightsaber, being able to choose the colours and everything, I really enjoyed. But yeah, I just wish there was a little bit more, and obviously using the Force and stuff like that. Yeah, I wish there was more of that in this. I'm yet to play the second one, which, you know, hopefully may add some of that aspect to the game, but yeah, really, really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to playing the second one. And then, yeah, sorry, I completely forgot, this one I haven't completed Eco, but I completed Shadow of the Colossus on the PlayStation 3, although it is the PlayStation 2 HD remaster of it. Absolutely blown away by this. Like I was saying, a couple of months ago, I was looking at my PlayStation 3 thinking, I haven't completed any other games on that apart from Last of Us. I tried playing through Red Dead Redemption, the first one. Got about 3 hours into it, and I just found that it was a little bit disjointed. You know, the storyline wasn't making too much sense. You're just going around the map doing all different things for the sake of it, and I weren't enjoying it. Maybe I'll go back to it. Yeah, I wasn't able to get through that. And I thought, you know, what other games have I got on my PlayStation 3 that I could give a go? And basically, I read up on Shadow of the Colossus, and it had absolutely amazing reviews. And I thought, you know, I'll give it a go. The playthrough wasn't too long. I think maybe like 10 hours, something like that. Maybe less than that. Basically, it's like 14 boss fights, and each boss there is a way or a technique to killing each of them, and it's like a puzzle to be able to kill them. And yeah, I just absolutely love this one. I think, you know, I played through 5 hours on the first go, and I think I completed it the next day. So that's unheard of for me. You know, most of these games will take me three or 4 weeks to complete, where, you know, I'm constantly going back to them. But I really, really love this. I'm going to play Ico next. Which, you know, again, will follow us into what I'm about to say after this. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. If you haven't played it, I definitely recommend it. I do know that there is a remastered version on the PlayStation 4, which might be worthwhile to some of you playing. I've actually just recently purchased the PlayStation 2 version, so I'm going to play it in its original format just to get that true experience. But absolutely love this. If you haven't played it, please do. And then yeah, that leads us on to the last game of the year, which is Warhammer Space Marine on the PlayStation 5. Yeah, really enjoyed this. I haven't played like a first-person shooter. Oh, no, it's not first-person. It's like, I think this is a third-person shooter, kind of like Halo and stuff like that. In a while, in a long time. I think maybe Gears of War. I think I completed Gears of War 1 and 2 on the Xbox 360 many years ago when they first come out. And these are just easy playing. You know, got your weapons, mowing through creatures, killing them down, using your sword and stuff like that. Haven't been able to play online on this yet, which I've heard is even better. But yeah, just a nice easy playthrough, 10 to 12 hours. I think it actually got better towards the end of it. Yeah, like the last couple of levels were really good. If anything, I feel like they should have, you know, went on further with that. I mean, my favourite part of this was when there's like a level where you jump out like in space basically, and you've got to land on the planet, but like there's all a war going on in space, and you have to like navigate your way through all of that. I really enjoyed it. So I feel like there was a lot more that they could have done with the storyline. Could have, you know, done a couple more levels and stuff like that. Maybe there might be a few in the future as a DLC. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Just annoyed at myself though, because I got caught up in the hype. And I think I paid like £52 for this when it first came out from CEX with a voucher. Really, I should have just waited and let the price drop and buy it. But yeah, I'm not going to do that, hopefully, anymore. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Give it a go. So yeah, that's it for games that I completed in 2024. I've got a few here that I'm looking to complete in 2025, as well as a few others that I've mentioned. But the first game that I'm hoping to play through is going to be Fahrenheit on the PlayStation 2. I've recently, on a PlayStation 2 cardboard quest, should we say, and I was given this by one of my subscribers. Shout out to him. And as always, you know, with my games, I'll do a little playthrough to show you guys. And when I was playing through it, I was absolutely loving it, really enjoying it. You're playing like multiple characters. There's like different, like you can take the story in different branches. You can ask different questions. And yeah, just really enjoying it. Really enjoyed it, sorry. So I'm hoping that this will potentially be the first game of 2025 that I complete. Let me know in the comments if you've played it. Gonna start it probably this weekend, and hope. I don't think it's too long of a playthrough. I think it's like 10 hours, you know, as with all of these PlayStation 2 story-based games. I think like that's the maximum that you can kind of get to on one disc. At least if maybe you've got the Final Fantasy games and stuff like that that might be on 2 or 3 discs that are longer. But yeah, really looking forward to jumping into that one. But like I say, let me know in the comments if you've played it, if you recommend it. And then the second game that I'm hoping to get through is Devil May Cry 5, the special edition. As you can see, it's in the PlayStation 5 already. It has been installed. Played through the first like kind of little stage bit, and yeah, visually very good. Everything you want from Devil May Cry. I haven't played. I've completed 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I haven't played DMC. And there's a couple of other characters that I can't remember. So I'm not sure if they're from I think one of them, this guy here, is from DMC. So yeah, I'm not too sure if I should maybe not play this and play that one first. Let me know in the comments if it's needed. But yeah, if you haven't played Devil May Cry, please do. Hack and slash with guns as well, and you get like grading on how you kill the monsters and stuff like that. Good storyline. Looking forward to giving this a go. I don't think this is too long of a playthrough either. Maybe the same as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. But yeah, really looking forward to giving that a go. Let me know if you've completed it and if you would recommend it. And yeah, like I was saying with the games I've completed in 2024, very hyped up for the Silent Hill 2 remake. And yeah, I'm hoping to play through that. Now, I've got a funny story with this, because at the moment, I don't actually have a copy of the game. I just have a copy of the steelbook. But basically, I pre-ordered this from Game, and yeah, it was due to, I think it was released on like the 8th of November, something like that. And yeah, the game turned up like 3 or 4 days later, but not the steelbook. And I thought to myself, I could already sense what was going to happen. I was going to sense that if I opened that game and played it, further on down the line, they're going to say they haven't got any more steelbooks, or, you know, for whatever reason they can't deliver the steelbook. And I thought, I'm not paying, because I paid close to £70 for the pre-order of this. I thought, I'm not paying £70 for it, like cash, when I can just get it out of CEX for voucher further down the line. So the game arrived, and I thought, I'm waiting for the steelbook to turn up before I play the game. So 2 weeks went past. He'd been emailing game technical support. I went into my local game. They said they can't help because it's an online order. I was in a couple of Facebook group pages and Facebook pages, and a few people were going through the same thing. And they said message them on Facebook Messenger on Marketplace. On Facebook. So I'd done that. Spoke to the person. I said, look, this is my order number. Haven't received my steelbook yet. What's going on? They said to me, oh, we're really sorry, but unfortunately there's no more steelbooks left. We can offer you a £5 voucher as a goodwill gesture. I was like, no, I want to send the game back. They said, okay, send it back to this address, and we'll give you a full refund. And I was like, well, hang on a minute, you want me to pay to send it back? It's your fault. You've sold me something that's missing parts. I'm not paying for the postage as well. So they sent me a postage label, and I sent it back. And then it must have been about 2.5 weeks after that. So about a month, yeah, just over a month later, I got a letter through the post box, and I'm thinking, what is this, like a padded envelope? I'm thinking, I haven't ordered anything from CEX. It doesn't look like. I can see on it, it says game. I'm thinking, you're joking. And sorry, yeah, before this, I've sent the game back, got a full refund, opened it up, and yeah, it's a steelbook, which I've got for free. So, yeah, game's incompetence, shall we say, is my game. I think the steelbook alone for this is selling for like £50 upwards on its own. So what I'll do now is I'll grab a copy of this from CEX at some point down the line for voucher, and then yeah, add it to this and get it completed and obviously added to the collection. And then yeah, following on from what I was just saying, PlayStation 1 game that I'm going to complete is Dino Crisis 2. Some people have said that this is better than the original. It's more of an action survival horror rather than a survival horror. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. But yeah, I need to get these stickers off actually. That reminds me, I'll leave that out. But yeah, very, very excited to get into this after playing the first one. Let me know in the comments if you've played it before. But I'm really, really surprised that these at least haven't had a remaster, let alone a remake. Yes, it just seems like, you know, the success of Silent Hill 2 and other games that they've been remastering, remaking lately, this is the ideal one. I did see something on YouTube where someone had done like a fan, what's the word, like a fan version of it, and it looked really, really good. So, you know, if they could do these for the first and the second one, it'd be brilliant. I've never played the third one, so even that. But yeah, really looking forward to giving this a go. And then yeah, the last one that I'm gonna, well, not the last one, but the last one that I'm planning to play through is Ico, or Ico, however you pronounce it. Like I say, I love Shadow of the Colossus. I believe this is made by the same developer or game designer or whatever. But yeah, if it's anything as good, you know, if it's, you know, half of as good as what Shadow of the Colossus is, it's going to be a good game. Once again, please do let me know in the comments if you completed this. I've heard that it's there's like lots of puzzles and stuff like that, and it's difficult to get through. So whether or not I'll have to use the guide, we'll see, more than likely. But yeah, that's my gaming goals of 2025 so far. If you've got any recommendations for games that I should be completing from PlayStation 1 all the way through to PlayStation 5, please do let me know in the comments. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.